Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 3. In the last episode, while we were in the middle of suffering through a business meeting that Keiichi's parents were holding, we got a call from Satoko to basically come over to Okinomiya Elementary to offer some backup and to bring a metal bat. And Keiichi, thinking that there was some kind of all-out brawl going on, and not having access to a bat, instead decided to bring the next best thing he could that he could find, one of his father's golf clubs. And when we arrived at the elementary school, well, turns out everybody was having a grudge match between the baseball teams of Hinamizawa's school and Okinomiya's. And well, Hinamizawa's was on the verge of losing, so they called Keiichi over here to basically act as a participant for a turnabout strategy that the other club members, mainly Satoko, came up with. And well, long story short, everybody succeeded in this turnabout strategy. And in the midst of all that, I found myself reading the most intense food porn anything I've ever read in my life. And that's really not saying much, I guess, because I don't really read anything like that at all. But yeah, that's essentially what ended up happening. What ended up happening was Keiichi ended up appealing to the star players on the opposing team's food fetish here, and finding solidarity and creating a bond between the two over it here, and using that to essentially convince said opposing player to throw the game in the opposing team's favor. And I know that's probably oversimplifying things a bit, but really that's essentially what it was. Just Keiichi appealing to some weird food fetish thing that this guy had, and promising to bond with him over it at an all you can eat dinner over at Angel Mort. So yeah, everybody won, everybody was happy, and well, tomorrow, or at least I'm assuming which will be today when I hit the continue button, everybody is going to be going to a nice big barbecue in order to celebrate their victory. Now, before we start all that, we have a new tip to get through. Satoko's Trap Course Advanced. It was a peaceful lunch break. Doesn't sound peaceful to me. What was that? I just heard something really loud from the hallway. What was it? What was it? We rushed into the hallway, and to our surprise, Coach was there with a water bucket overturned on his head. Coach, are you okay? Man, you sure got me. Hello, everyone. Coach greets us, cool and calm. What's going on, Coach? You don't come to school very much.
お仕事の絡みでして、私毎週学校には来てるんですよ。ここしばらくは何事もなかったので、すっかり油断してました。
Well, I do come here once a week as part of my job. Lazy teacher, aren't you? It had been quiet here for a while, but I totally let my guard down.
さとこちゃんの罠は忘れた頃に来ますからね。
Satoko-chan's little tricks always come when you least expect them.
大丈夫ですか、服?
Will you be okay in those clothes?
いえいえ、ちょうど行水がしたいと思ってたところですからね。実に涼しくていいですよ。
I was just thinking of taking a nice bath, so this is actually cooling me off.
さすが監督。ちょっとやそっとのことでは怒らない。
You sure are calm, Coach. In fact, you never get mad.
その辺が大人って感じだよね。
It really makes you come off as an adult. If this is the sort of guy who rarely ever gets mad at anything, then I'll have to make a little mental note to myself to not accidentally push the 1 or 2 berserk buttons that he actually has, because when you're dealing with someone who's very easy, well, who's not easy at all to piss off, I mean, when you piss such a person off, well, you better watch out. Because it's usually the ones that have not tallest tempers. That sounds dumb, but the exact opposite of a short temper. Those who have the exact opposite of a short temper, well, when you do something to piss them off, chances are you've really screwed up. That's pretty much been my experience. She was right. If I were a coach, I would have started running around with the bucket on my head, still in my head, looking for her. His adult way of not getting mad at every little child's prank was admirable.
いいですか、前原さん。こういうのは考え方一つで腹立たしくも愉快にもなるんです。
Listen, Maibara-san. With things like this, changing your perspective just a little can make it either irritating or pleasant.
要は受け止め方一つなんですよ。
It's all about how you react to it. Just like virtually everything in life.
水バケツを丸ごと食らって、それだけクールにいられる秘訣があるなら、ぜひご教授を願いたいです。
If there's some secret trick to staying so calm after getting hit in the head with a bucket filled with water, then I'm begging you. Tell me.
例えば、明治から続く古式ゆかしい旧家があるとします。
For example, let's say there was this old and traditional family dating back to the Meiji era. What, do you mean like one of the founding families of Hinamizawa or something? Is that where you're going to go with this? Okay.
そこには大勢の使用人としてメイドさんが雇われているとします。
And let's say they had many maids under their employ.
もちろん大きな家ですから、ベテランのおつぼね様と化したメイド長から新米のピチピチしたメイドさんまでがたくさんいるのです。ほら、想像できますか？ほら。
Being a large house, of course, they have all kinds of maids. From the veteran ones who turned mean and don't want to give up their jobs, to the young ones full of energy. See? Can you imagine that? Yes.
ほら。
Yes. A space filled with dreamy maids in pink and peach adorned with frills and headbands, with Coach at their center, began to spread out before me.
新米メイドたちはそのピチピチさと初々しさでご主人様の寵愛を一身に。でもそれが先輩メイドたちには許せないのです。
The newer maids, with all their youthful vitality, giving everything they have to please their master. But the older maids won't allow that to happen. You know, I just realized I had thought. I don't know what you look like with the original sprite artwork. Actually, wait, that's right. I don't have access to that on the modded versions of this. At least I have the remake. You don't have a remake sprite? Interesting. Okay, let's just stick back to console then.
ことあるごとに難癖をつけ、いじめていじめていじめ抜いて。
They find fault with everything they do, bullying them and tormenting them all day long.
ほら、まだこんなに埃が残っていますよ。ああ、すみません。
Look, there's still so much dust here. Oh, I'm so sorry.
もう一度やり直し。
Do it over.
バシャ
ー Splash.
バケツを逆さにぶっかけられるメイドさん。びしょ濡れのメイドさんが泣きそうになりながらそれでもけなげに。はあ、はあ。
A bucket falls upside down on the maid. She's soaking wet. And she wants to cry, but still puts on a brave face.
いい。
Maids! think we might have found an even bigger pervert than Keiichi at his horniest. I don't get it, but it sounds fun. Oh, Reina. Don't ever change. Like you did in Chapter 1. Because that was a terrifying change. Maybe Reina should be a maid too. Jeez, stop. You even infected Reina. And you, Kei-chan. Don't go getting lost forever in Coach's world. You feeling jelly, Mion? Well, too bad. If not for this character trait, Coach would be a good person too.
Hojo Satoko-san hakken!
One Satoko Hojo-san sighted.
Satoko-san, これは何ざます?
I say, Satoko-san, what is this?
まだ埃が残ってるざますよ!
I say, look at all this dust. I say, it's time for you to be punished. I forget how old Satoko is at the moment here, but I'm pretty sure she's... You shouldn't be subjecting somebody her age to this sort of thing. You can really raise a lot of eyebrows. Bah, nya. Coach plucked Satoko up and started giving her a spanking. What the hell, man? Satoko-chan, you're so cute. Hello? She's been suddenly grabbed by an adult and started getting spanked just for being within his presence. Doesn't this qualify as some kind of abuse?
天才的な読みでトラップを操るサトコがどうしてこの顛末までは読めないのか実に不思議だぞ。
Satoko can put traps together with such brilliant predictions. It's so strange how she can't predict the very end, though.
そうかな。
Is it?
これはサトコちゃんの望んだ結末だと思うな。
I think Satoko-chan wanted this to happen. She wanted it. Oh no, her reaction tells me otherwise.
この結末をサトコが望んだ?
Satoko?
それはどういう意味だよ?
Satoko wanted this outcome? What do you mean by that?
人にこういういたずらをしたら絶対に相手は怒って追いかけてくるよね。そういうのもコミュニケーションだと思わない?
When she plays pranks on people like this, they always get mad and chase her around. Don't you think it's like a form of communication? Yes, I suppose it is, but... I mean, it's not exactly a complex form of communication, if you ask me. I mean, person A, Satoko, sets a trap for person B, whoever is the victim. Person B gets hit with a trap, person B gets mad, person B decides to try and retaliate against person A. I mean, it's like nature. Like, surely as the sun will rise. That's pretty much most likely going to be the same kind of outcome each and every time, with a few exceptions.
そんなコミュニケーションすごく嫌だぞ。普通に挨拶から入ってこんにちはってことにはならんのか?
Sounds like a terrible way to communicate. Don't people normally say hello to each other? Well, yes, once upon a time they did, but we now also live in the age where we call each other names at first greeting. That's why it's important to have thick skin in this day and age.
人に構ってもらいたくて仕方がない寂しがり屋さんなんだって。
Oh, Keiichi-kun, haven't you heard of it before? People who play lots of pranks are actually lonely and want people to pay attention to them. Reina gave a cool smile and, laughing abruptly, explained.
だから、サトコちゃんの罠にかかったら、ちゃんと怒ったり笑ったりして、サトコちゃんを追いかけてほしいの。
That's what I mean. If Satoko-chan plays a trick on someone, she wants them to get mad or laugh and chase her. Sounds like a cry for attention.
そういう猫の甘え髪みたいなの、可愛いと思わないかな。
It's kind of like a kitty biting you softly. Don't you think it's cute? Yes, a kitten or a cat biting you softly, that is cute, yes, but... Well, I don't really see Satoko using those fangs of hers here to nibble on anybody.
ここで驚いて飛びのきますわ。だからここに仕掛ければ絶対にかかりますの。
They'll definitely be surprised right here and jump backwards. So if I put it in this spot, it will work for certain. Satoko, regaling us with her trap philosophy, was improving the already brutal trap hell on the mountain. If Reina was right, and her traps are able to get people to pay attention to her, then all these traps on this mountain were basically a crystallized form of those feelings. That's certainly one way to look at it, I suppose. Alone with Rika-chan, setting up trap after trap after trap in the mountains, always waiting for someone to fall into them. But nobody needed to come to this mountain in the first place. Without a doubt, she and Rika-chan had spent a lot of time imagining how victims caught in their traps would react. Satoko, separated for so long from her beloved Nini, Satoshi. With her stubbornness, she never once said she wanted him to come home. But all the traps sleeping on the mountain told me how Satoko really felt.
聞いてますの、ケイチさん。
Keiichi-san, are you listening?
あ、ごめん。なんだって？
Oh, sorry about that. What did you say?
このように木の幹に釘を一本打ちつけただけでも立派なトラップになるんですのよ。ちょうどあそこで転げてここに額を打ちつければ痛いですわよ。
All you have to do is pound one nail into a tree trunk like this, and it's already a great trap. If you trip right up there and smack your forehead into it, it would really hurt. Well, yeah, I'd imagine so. We're talking about hitting your freaking forehead into the freaking butt of a nail. Of course it's gonna hurt. God help you if it pierces anything.
釘の頭に人間トンカチってわけか。それは痛そうだな。
A human hammer pushing a nail into your forehead. Yeah, that sounds painful. Why would you do that to somebody anyway? Like, that could possibly really hurt somebody.
このトラップはきっと悪い悪人を懲らしめる強力なトラップになりますわよ。どんな悪党がかかるか楽しみでございますわね。
If it was someone really, really evil, this trap could put them to death. I do so look forward to seeing what sort of villain gets caught in it. You know how dangerous this is, and yet you set it up for some random sap to get caught in it anyway? Okay, now I'm starting to get concerned here. Do you have some kind of hidden bloodlust in you too? Like Mion or something? Maybe Reina too? That I should be worried about?
そこでなんで俺をチラチラ見るんだよ。俺にこれに引っかかってほしいと思ってんのか？
Why do you keep glancing at me like that? Are you saying you want me to fall for it? But I thought you liked Keiichi, Satoko. Why do you want him dead?
さすがにこれは大怪我するぞ。
I could get really badly hurt, you know.
このトラップはちょっとやめとけ。
Maybe you shouldn't be using this trap.
そうですの？
Is that so?
まあ確かに愛がないトラップはダメでございますからね。
Well, God help you. Also, I just now thought of this. If any part of their head, if their forehead misses the mark and the butt of the nail hits them in, like, I don't know, the fucking eye or something, that will all but guarantee probably a slow and painful death here. Because I mean, I'm sure that wherever you are here in the mountains is far enough away from the nearest hospital to where if you didn't have any means to get them to the hospital right then and there, chances are things could things could turn very badly for the poor unfortunate victim before any help could get to them. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, please. Sate your bloodlust some other way and reconsider, Satoko. I beg you. Is that so? Well, it is true that I can't use traps without love behind them. There's love behind that freaking hammer nail trap? Dear God, she's gonna grow up to become some kind of crazy yandere.
では、その悪党もちゃんと改心したら、かからないように少し釘の位置を。
You will love me, big brother. I'm the only one who understands you. Nobody else. I'll protect you. Then I'll just move the nail here so that if the villain really reforms their behavior, they won't get caught by it. How exactly... I fail to understand how this is supposed to help any. Satoko immersed herself in adjusting the nail's position. Traps of love, huh? Maybe Coach was right. Just by reacting a little differently, everything changes. Come to think of it, maybe I can feel humor and warmth even when Satoko's traps get you. Well, as long as they don't result in freaking nail entering my eye socket, then yeah, I guess I could be okay with it. Probably.
できましたよ。この絶妙な位置でしたら完璧ですわ。
Although I'd prefer not to get a freaking nail in my forehead either. All finished. Now it's absolutely perfect where it is.
いかがです、ケイチさん。
What do you think, Keiichi-san? Diabolical.
完璧だな。
Yeah, it's perfect.
このトラップに引っかかる悪党が現れるといいな。
I hope a villain comes along and gets caught by this trap. Wouldn't it be nice if, I don't know, some of the perpetrators that instigated the last two chapters, series of murders and events. Actually, wait a minute. We didn't really know for sure who was behind Chapter 1's events, and, well, supposedly Mion pretty much Mion pretty much ended up biting the bucket in Chapter 2, so I wouldn't even know who to watch out for in this so far if we're going to end up having a repeat of the last two chapters, so never mind. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Again.
現れない方がいいに決まってますわ。
No, of course it would be better if that didn't happen. It looked a little painful, but I considered coming here sometime and getting caught in it. Why would you deliberately let yourself get caught in this trap of all things? We're talking about grievous bodily harm here. Do you really have a death wish? Come on, Keiichi. I know you could be lethally stupid at times, but give me a little bit of hope in you, man. I'm not gonna lie, that tip was a bit of a letdown. I was expecting a very, very elaborate trap or set of elaborate traps to be sprung up during it. But no, all we get is just a bucket of water and a freaking nail. Although I will admit again, the nail is kind of concerning. So, let's see what today has in store for us. Maybe we'll get maybe we'll get a lot of grade A beef in our stomachs. Alright then, I'm off.
車に気をつけるのよ。
Look out for cars.
晩ご飯までには帰ってらっしゃいね。
Be back before dinner time. Today was the day of the barbecue party that was the Hinamizawa fighters' victory celebration. Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Though with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. Reina was already at our usual meeting place. Mion arrived a few minutes later.
よっしゃ
Great!
じゃあ早速行こうかね
Let's get going.
おじさん朝ごはんを抜いてきたからお腹ペコペコ
This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death.
さすがだな。
I expected nothing less.
もちろん俺も朝食抜きで万全の体制だぜ。
I too went without breakfast, and am now in top physical condition. And you all better hope nothing happens to any of your meals at the barbecue. Otherwise, you're going to be very hungry most of the day.
2人とも朝食抜きは健康に良くないよ
Wow, you two. Skipping breakfast is bad for your health. That too.
レナはちゃんと食べたんだよ
Reina made sure to eat something.
そうかそうか。レナは偉いぞ。
Yeah, you're great, Reina.
朝食は一日の基本だもんな。
Breakfast is an important part of the day.
きっと成長途上なミオンを飛び越してナイスバデーになってグラビアを独り占めだ。
I'm sure you'll surpass that unhealthy Mion, get yourself a nice, springy body, and be all over the dirty magazines. You might want to be careful about some of the remarks that you say towards Mion, Keiichi, because I would really hate to see a repeat of Chapter 2 happen to you, and everyone else for that matter.
グラビアを独り占め
Oh, the dirty magazines.
ナイスバデーになったらレナのとこにも白馬の王子様とか来てくれるかな
If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Reina too? For Reina too?
絶対来ないと思う
Definitely not happening. Show some fucking support!
ケイちゃんも責任取れないならレナにいい加減なことは吹き込まないように
If you won't take responsibility for them, Kei-chan, then don't give Reina any silly ideas.
この子明日から3食くらいまとめて朝食を取り出すかもしれないよ
She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow. Yeah, I could see Reina doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for her? Maybe Colonel Sanders?
まあその話は置いといて。
Well, anyway,
とにかく俺たちはいい感じで腹ペコだ。
we're all nice and hungry.
さっさと行って大バーベキュー大会としゃれ込もうぜ。
Let's go and treat ourselves at the big barbecue party. Yeah! No, seriously, I ship it. Reina and Colonel Sanders, 2020. Let's make it happen. The venue for said barbecue was to be the Furude Shrine grounds, where Rika-chan lived. Well, that's nice of them to allow us to host a barbecue there. They held events and festivals there, and barbecues too. Well, yeah, it is basically the community center around that part. Forgot about that little detail. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? But yes, there is. And I'm very curious to see what's going to happen during and especially after said festival occurs, because it seems like trouble usually starts right around the time that festival, right around the time at least talk of that festival starts springing up. Now we're talking about said festival. So when is trouble going to start springing up? Watching Nagashi or something. The scenery you could see from that high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere particular to shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. Try impossible. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. Don't wear yourselves up now, kids. When we arrived on the shrine grounds, the Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and had begun setting up for the barbecue early. Of course, Satoko and Rika-chan were there as well. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us.
あら忘れずにちゃんと来ましたわね
Oh, so you managed not to forget about this.
皆さんが来なければその分お肉が多く食べられましたのに。
Curses. If you all hadn't come, there would have been that much more meat for me.
実に残念でございましたよ。
How truly disappointing it is. Just be careful not to eat too much. I mean, just like with any other food in general, otherwise you will gain weight.
甘いぜサトコ。
You underestimate us, Satoko.
俺たちが来た以上、まさか霜降りが一口でも食べられるなんて思ってるんじゃないだろうな。
Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to have even one bite of that fabulously marbled beef, do you?
以前ここで弁当を食った時を思い出せ。
Remember when we ate our bento here?
俺とサトコの致命的なリーチさで今回も圧倒してやるぜ。
You and I have a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again.
なんですって？
What?
そんなの絶対に許せませんわ。
I cannot allow that to happen by any means. Just don't destroy the barbecue for everybody, whatever you two end up doing.
泣こうがわめこうが、サトコは目の前で牛肉を頬張るのを見るだけだ。
Cry and shout all you want. You'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef.
安心しろ。
Don't worry though.
ピーマンやナスは譲ってやるからな。
We'll give the peppers and onions to you.
僕もサトコにかぼちゃを焼いたのをいっぱいいっぱい譲ってあげますです。
I'll give Satoko lots and lots of the grilled squash too. When Satoko heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat. It could actually happen.
監督に伝えとくや。
Now, Keiichi, just make sure she gets a little bit of meat. You don't want her to cry, do you? That'd be heartless of you to do. I'll go tell the coach.
サトコはかぼちゃが大好きだって。
I'll tell him you really love squash.
監督のことだから、日本全国から特産のかぼちゃを山盛り集めてきてくれるね。
If it's for you, I bet he'll get a whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan. Probably after you let him spank her a bit first.
よかったな、サトコ。
Wow, good for you, Satoko.
どのかぼちゃもよりどり緑だぞ。
You'll have your pick of the squash.
朝から晩までずーっと3食かぼちゃ三昧だ。
You can have squash from dawn till dusk. 3 meals a day. Incoming sobbing and whining in 3, 2, 1.
レナ
Reina!
みんながいじめますな。
Everyone's bullying me! Satoko tried to leap into Reina's chest. Oh no. Clearly, given another second, Reina's mock punches would have piled us on the ground. So just before Satoko hit Reina, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight. At least it was supposed to be. But for Reina, when I caught the leaping, crying Satoko, it looked like I was keeping her to myself. Well, to be fair, you only had a split second to react, so I can't really criticize you for not thinking this through. But at the same time, well, say your prayers, you poor, unfortunate man, you. Bam, bam, bam!
はうダメだよケイチ君。
No, 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 Keiichi-kun.
これはレナのなんだよ。
This is Reina's, okay?
本持ち帰り。
I'm taking her home. This is what you chose, Satoko. I hope you're prepared to live with the consequences.
レナさん。
Yeah, I think she'll be fine. Hopefully.
その調子でミオンさんとリカもやっつけてですわよ。
Be up Mion San and Rika like that too. What did Rika do?
ちょっとタマ。
I mean, where the fuck is she anyway? What the hell did she do? Whoa, whoa. Hold on there. Well, I could look at this as possible karmic justice for Chapter 2, Mion, so... And yeah. And I say possible because, well, there is room for doubt. I do have some room for doubt here regarding whether or not it was actually you that was responsible for what happened in Chapter 2. Whether it be the work of demons or whatever the fuck else everybody was theorizing. Everybody can theorize at this point. Okay. Now where could Rika be? There she is. Reina-san, over there. Just wait, Satoko-chan. I'll take care of her right away. Did Rika insult you earlier somehow off screen and you want revenge against her or something? That's gotta be it. Then I'm bringing you straight home. Satoko, you're mean. Rika-chan's so cute too. Oh, I'm gonna take her home. Too bad, Satoko. Looks like you and Rika are gonna have to sell your grudge match under Reina's roof. Rika? It serves you right. Satoko laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and Reina's unproductive game of tag while we watched them, sprawled out on the ground.
大丈夫ですか、前原さん。
Are you alright, Maibara-san?
園崎さんも。
Sonozaki-san? The coach came over and lent us a hand.
まあ、私たちのいつものコミュニケーションですから。
Yeah, this is just how we communicate, that's all.
どうぞお気遣いなく。
Don't mind us.
いつも顔面にあざが残るようなコミュニケーションはもう嫌だぞ。
If the way we communicate ends up leaving bruises on my face, then I don't want any more to do with it. I hope that, well, to be honest, Keiichi, if bruises on your face is all that you're gonna get from this in this chapter when it comes to communication between you and any of the art club members, then, well, you will be very fucking lucky this time around indeed. You never learn, do you? Laughed the coach loudly. It made us start to laugh, too. Satoko's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, and Reina's strange voice were kind of comfortable to hear. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down onto the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again. Wow, this meat looks amazing! Coach, you really did splurge on it!
約束ですからね。
I did make a promise.
これなんかグラムいくらするか知ってます？
Can you tell how much all this weighs?
本当に奮発したんですよ。
It really did cost me a lot.
当然ですわ。
Of course it did.
三流のお肉じゃ昨日の私の大活躍をねぎらうには値しませんでしたよ。
Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough of a reward for everything I did yesterday.
そうだね。
Yeah.
今日の主賓はさとこちゃんに違いないね。
Satoko-chan's definitely the guest of honor today.
確かに最後のホームランを打ったのは紛れもなくサトコだもんな。
Yeah, Satoko was the one who hit that last home run after all.
しかも油断させたといえ小細工なしの特大アーチ。
She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc it flew was long and true.
さとこは運動神経は良いのです。
Satoko is pretty athletic.
悪いどころか世代的には突出してるんじゃない？
Not bad at all. She could be one of the best of our generation.
私なんかと比べても 運動能力は決して劣らないでしょ。
She doesn't fall behind in physical ability even compared to me.
さとこちゃんってひょっとすると将来はスポーツ界で大活躍できるかもね。
Maybe Satoko-chan has a big future in the world of sports.
なんだか褒めちぎられて照れますわね。
Stop singing my praises. You're making me blush.
むしゃむしゃ。
Munch munch. Satoko, for whom the excessive praise what made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after another, was just far too cute.
前原さん。重い。
Hello, sheep. Maibara-san! This is heavy! Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate.
おお、
Whoa!
これぞまさしくバーベキューの主人公の到着じゃねえかよ。
The barbecue's protagonist has arrived. The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a shh noise as they drizzled off. You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had to grill the whole plate at once.
やっぱりこれがなきゃバーベキューとは言わないですよね。
Yep, can't have a barbecue without some of these.
ああ、まったくだ。
You can say that again.
俺も手を貸すから早く持っていこ
I'll help out, so let's get it over
う。
there.
よいしょ。
Up we go.
よいしょ。
Wow.
見て見て。
Look, look!
すごいのが来たよ。
It's amazing! Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. In left was a cup of juice I could chug down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man.
おお、もう我慢できないぜ。
I can't hold back any longer.
ガブッといくぞ。
I'm gobbling it down.
ガブッと。
Gobble gobble.
まだまだケイちゃん。
Not just yet, Kei-chan.
ほらほら、一応セレモニーってことで。
We've got a little ceremony first.
みんな、注目。
Can I have your attention, everyone? The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, mounted a nearby beer cooler. This was supposed to be a victory celebration, after all. We needed an opening statement. Damn. I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on for, a little more of the food's freshness goes away. Oh! Satoko stomped down onto the back of my foot. Ow!
まったく。
My word. That can hurt, Satoko! Fucking hell!
いい年の男が癒やしいですわね。
Men your age are so greedy. I think the word you're looking for is gluttonous.
もう少しエレガントに我慢できませんの？
Can you not wait a little more elegantly? This is Keiichi we're talking about. Elegance is not exactly his strong suit.
俺ってつくづく思ってることが顔に出ちゃうのな。
Is everything I'm thinking really showing on my face? Yes.
じゃあみんないいですか？
Okay, is everyone listening?
昨日は大勝利でしたね。
We won a huge game yesterday.
すごいピッチャーの登場で苦戦もしましたが、
It became a hard battle after an amazing pitcher came in.
こちらも同じくらい頼もしい助っ人の登場で見事逆転勝利を収めることができました。
But thanks to equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory. Clap, clap, clap. Both my hands were full, so the adults and older brothers gave us a round of applause.
今日はその戦勝祝賀会です。
This is to celebrate that victory.
約束通り美味しいお肉をいっぱい用意しましたからね。
As promised, I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone.
今日はいっぱい食べて次の試合への活力にしていきましょう。
Eat as much as you want and use that energy on our next game. Then, after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us in a toast.
Kanpai!
Cheers! They say that when toasting, you would normally down the contents of your cup. But we were young. At the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game. Like how someone made a great catch, or how awesome someone looked when stealing a base. Of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshian pitcher.
まあ俺の活躍も含めてあれはサトコの活躍だったわけだがな。
Well, even what I did was all thanks to Satoko.
確かにサトコの作戦ではあったけどさ、
Satoko did have a plan,
亀田を口説き落とすなんて真似はケイちゃん以外にはできなかったわけだし、
but you're the only one who could have won over Kameda like you did, Kei-chan.
十分ケイちゃんも称えられるに値する活躍をしてるよ。
You did more than enough to deserve praise.
そういえばケイチ君、あの後亀田君と一緒にケーキを食べに行ったんだよね。
By the way, Keiichi-kun, you went to eat cake with Kameda-kun after that, didn't you?
なんだかすっごく仲良さそうだった。
You looked like you were best friends.
ライバル関係から男同士の友情が芽生えちゃったわけ。
The seeds of friendship sprouting between male rivals. Something like that? Oh, there were seeds sprouting all right, but not the kind you're thinking about.
そういうのってなんだかその
That's sort of... Well, it's... Somebody stop these two before Reina's loins burn the whole forest down. I violently brushed through Reina's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason at the mention of friendship between males, dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. Use your imagination. Actually, maybe you shouldn't. I'm worried that you'd get really loud if you did. Now then, where's the hero? Or rather, the heroine, Satoko. Oh, there she is. Satoko was with Rika-chan, in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday. And her teammates spared no compliment for her. Since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from the Koshian pitcher was something else. Satoko was more loquacious than usual. It seemed she was in a great mood. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her. But she was the leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. Good boy for being considerate. As I watched Satoko, going at things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that I didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I'd spent with her. But both of those were the real Satoko. I didn't care which it was, her smiling happily or making a big, lively fuss like this. Just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever.
楽しそうですね。
Looks like she's having fun.
あんなにはしゃいで。
Quite a lot of it. The coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. As he gazed at Satoko from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her.
さとこちゃんの笑顔を見てると、なんだか心が洗われる気がしません？
Doesn't it just cleanse your soul to see Satoko-chan smiling? He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment, I played it off.
そうですか？
Really?
あいつの笑顔じゃ皿一枚ろくに洗えないと思うんですけどね。
I don't think your smile could cleanse so much as a plate.
それを聞いたら、さとこちゃん怒るんでしょうね。
I'm sure Satoko-chan would be mad if she heard that.
でも、 そんな彼女もとってもキュートなんですよ。
But that part of her is very cute too. Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand him thinking Satoko getting angry for being teased would be funny.
イリアさんでしたっけ？
Mr. Iria, was it?
入江です。
It's Irie.
でもみんな監督って呼びますからね。
Everyone calls me Coach, though.
前原さんも監督と呼んでくださるととても嬉しいです。
I'd be very happy if you called me Coach as well, Maibara-san. As he said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little.
監督はサトコのことを気に入ってるみたいですね。
Coach, you seem to like Satoko a lot. I didn't have any real basis for saying that. Oh, I do. And I cite that little spanking spectacle that we saw at towards the beginning of this episode. It was just what I felt to be true.
ええ、
Yes,
気に入っていますよ。
I do like her.
大好きです。
I love her, in fact.
彼女がもっと大きくなったら求婚しようと思ってます。
When she gets older, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. That quite the age gap, man. Even if she does survive to age of consent. Some people might look at that a bit weird. Not that it's illegal as far as I'm aware, but I mean, yeah. What? And no, I don't think he's actually being serious, so I don't even know why I'm even talking about that. This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? After being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. I heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. I should probably take that advice too. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he'd be a really funny guy.
あれ？
Hmm?
今前原さん
Maibara-san.
驚かれました？
Did that surprise you?
じゃあひょっとしてさとこちゃんのこと狙っています？
Could it be? You're going after Satoko-chan yourself?
それは困ります。
That would bother me then.
私はもう何十年も前から狙ってるんですよ。
I've been going after her for decades now, you know. I doubt she's decades? How old is she again?
監督、
And how old are
何十
you?
年も前にはまだサトコは生まれてないと思うんですけど。
Coach, Satoko hasn't even been alive for much more than a decade.
ん？
Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions. Almost too many. As that conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed, and not a bad guy by any stretch.
俺なんかよりあの特大アーチを放ったサトコの方が賞賛に値すると思いますよ。
You think Satoko deserves more praise for that crazy home run shot she
正
got?
直あいつにホームランを打てるなんて思わなかったです。
I honestly didn't think she had it in her.
さとこちゃんのお兄さんはどちらかというとおとなしい文系のタイプでした。
Satoko-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type.
きっとさとこちゃんはその反対の才能に恵まれたんでしょう。
She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set. Brother? Right, he meant Satoshi. The one who left Satoko and ran away from home. Satoko's Nini. Satoshi Hoju.
ご存知ないですか？
Do you not know about him?
さとこちゃんのお兄さんです。
Satoko-chan's older brother, I mean.
北条聡くんと言いましてね。
His name is Satoshi Hoju-kun.
彼もHinamizawaファイターズで活躍してたんですよ。
And he played with the Hinamizawa fighters, too. Well, that explains why he has a bat, then.
もっともっと活躍してほしかったんですが転校してしまいましてね。
I want him to play a lot more. But then he transferred. Right. Transferred.
へえ
Sure, let's go with that.
そうなんですか
Huh. I see. So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was Reina. I think she said Satoshi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home at the time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but...
兄貴だけ転校したんでしたっけ
Only her brother transferred? Oh boy. You're asking the sort of questions here that will just trigger another downward spiral into the rabbit hole that will probably result in everybody's deaths again. Because you ask too many questions and you're going to start asking too many questions. You're going to start learning too many things, and somebody is probably not going to like that too much, and so, well, things will just go downhill from here. So please, Keiichi, if you know what's good for you, shut the hell up and just enjoy your damn meat.
そういうのって珍しいですね
That's sort of unusual. Everyone having fun was far away, and their cheerful voices distant. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear. But for a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words. So at this point, I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke.
不幸なことがあったんです。
Something unfortunate happened.
いろいろと。
A few things, actually. Here we go. After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk, a little at a time.
もう3年になります。
It's been 3 years already.
ちょうど今頃の時期でしたっけ
Right around this time of year, I think.
さとこちゃんのご両親が事故に遭われましてね。
Satoko-chan's parents were in an accident. Yeah, they fell, right?
事故
An accident.
ええ、
Yes.
旅先の公園で展望台から転落されましてね。
At a public park they visited while on vacation, they fell from a viewing platform. Third time in a row, their cause of death seemed consistent. So there's definitely some consistent plot points that are playing throughout these chapters. It was supposed to be just a little time away from the house of the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it had rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated from time. And with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. Right before Satoko's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. There was a river some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to the rain, and apparently very muddy.
それで両親は
And her parents... Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate that accident was, and how Satoko's parents had left on an eternal vacation.
じゃあサトコって
And Satoko is... Well, not quite an orphan. She did have some extended family members, and I'm willing to bet that we're going to start hearing some tales about how they were all abusive towards her as well, I think. Right? Is that also going to be consistent with the previous chapters? I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. A single word. Orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed and how much it would hurt Satoko without having to say it aloud. Come to think of it, Satoko lived with Rika-chan. At least that's what I thought I heard from others. Wait. Rika-chan, her father, died from illness too. And her mother soon after. Felt like I heard she was living by herself.
ええ。
Yes.
今はフルデさんと一緒に生活しています。
She's living with Furude-san right now.
二人ともご両親がいなくて心細い日もあったでしょうが、助け合いながら生活しているようです。
They probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they've gone along by helping each other.
親の庇護なく生きていくっていうのは、あの年頃にはとても辛いことだと思います。
Going on living without the protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. You think?
前原さんでもその辺はわかるでしょ?
Maibara-san, you can probably understand that as well. I've only survived because I rely on my parents, so the only reply I could give was to nod. Had some troubles growing up, Keiichi? I wonder what they could be.
フルデさんは特に村のお年寄りに慕われていますからね。
Furude-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village.
この村にいる限り生きていくのにそんなに不自由はないでしょう。
As long as she's here, she won't want for much.
そういえばそうですね。
Come to think of it, you're right.
リカちゃんって村のマスコットみたいなところがありますからね。
Rika-chan kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes.
確かにこの村での生活には困らないように思います。
I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. Rika-chan could go meep just once and get 2 or 3 croquettes from a vendor after all. I felt like if she asked for help, everyone in the village would.
でもそれはフルデさんだけの特別な事情です。
But that only applies to Furude-san in particular.
サトコちゃんも同じというわけではありません。
Satoko-chan doesn't have it the same way. Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it normally, living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It wasn't, then, very difficult to imagine how much suffering Satoko had to go through just to live. It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought that it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Satoko was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? You know what they say, appearances can be deceiving. That she didn't feel lonely. When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Satoko said, "A family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." Those words held a lot more weight now.
あの子を養子に迎えようと本気で思ったこともあります。
I've seriously considered adopting her. Why didn't you?
養子
Huh? Adoption? It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips.
私はこの年になるまで本当に堅実に生活してきました。
I lived a really steady life all these years.
財産もあるし、 信用もあります。
I own property, and I have credit.
ですが結婚だけはしてない。
But marriage is the one thing I never got around to.
法律で既婚者でないと養子は取れないって決まってるんですよ。
By law, obviously a single individual can't adopt a child. Must be a Japanese law. I'm not familiar with this thing at all.
だから私はさとこちゃんを養子にしてあげられないんです。
So I can't make Satoko-chan my adopted daughter.
残念です。
What a shame.
さとこちゃんにパパって呼んでもらえる計画は早くも頓挫ですから。
Didn't take long for my plan to get her to call me Papa to hit a setback. This guy spouts some crazy stuff. First, I was only half listening, but midway through, I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl, Satoko, to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings.
さとこちゃんの今の生活は決して幸福なものではないでしょう。
Satoko-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one.
でもね、
But you know,
それをほんの少しでも和らげてあげたいと思ってるんです。
I want to make it easier for her, even if it's only a little.
もっとも余り物のお裾分けや力仕事のお手伝いくらいしかしてあげられませんがね。
Of course, I can't do much for her but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do.
幸せですよ、サトコ。
You're wrong. Satoko's happy. Huh? Coach showed surprise at my having declared that.
こんなにもサトコの幸せを強く願う人間がこんなに身近にいて、
There are so many people all around her that really want her to be happy.
不幸なわけがありません。
She can't possibly feel otherwise. I spoke with a serious expression, quietly, but firmly all the same. It was my approval of his feelings, and my gratitude as Satoko's Nini.
ありがと
Thank you.
う。でもさとこちゃんには内緒にしてくださいね。
Still, keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay?
彼女、私が養子にしたいなんて知ったら、こんなスケベ男なんか誰がパパと呼ぶものですかって憤慨しそうですから。
If she knew I wanted to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Papa. Well, at least you're right on the money on that, I think. I wonder. Satoko may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to emphasize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As if my feelings had gone across, Coach grinned, satisfied, and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Satoko Hoju. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile.
あの子にはね、いつまでも笑っていてほしいんです。
I wanted to keep smiling forever. It was a naive wish, and yet it was one he couldn't help hoping for. So, the words that I spoke were the same.
奇遇ですね。
What a coincidence.
俺も同じことを考えています。
I think the same way.
おや、前原くんもですか？
Oh? You too, Maibara-kun.
では私たちは仲間ですね。
Then that makes us friends.
約束しましょう。
Let's make a promise.
約束？
Promise? It's a very simple one, Coach said, giving me a grin.
絶対に彼女を泣かせたりしない。
That we will never, ever make her cry. Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that this promise is not gonna be kept. It was short and to the point.
あ、はい。
Yeah.
俺もそれ約束します。
I promise too. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just ate there comfortably, gazing at Satoko and everyone else, having a good time. She'd certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring it must have been.
仮にですよ。
Just hypothetically,
サトコを養子にできたらどうします？
if you did adopt Satoko, what would you do?
それは難しい質問ですね。
It's a tough one. Coach gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation.
まずですね、私のことをご主人様と呼ばせて優しく可憐なメイドにします。
Well, I was wondering when we'd see you again. Hello, Shion. Well, first, I would get her to call me master and re-educate her in the ways of a maidservant.
Huh?
What? How's this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things? Did he sound like he was the one who spoke to you, you deaf moron?
前原くん？
My bar-kun.
私、まだ何も言ってませんよ。
Well, I haven't said anything yet?
何言ってんですか？
What are you talking about?
今はっきりと言ったじゃないですか。
I heard it loud and clear. You need your hearing examined, you doofus.
そうそう。
Oh, that's right.
サトコを自分専属のプリッチーなメイドにするってはっきり言いました。
I clearly said I would put Satoko on a wooden bondage horse and make her my sex slave. How vulgar of you, Shion.
それはいいですね。
That sounds nice. Are you seriously fantasizing about that shit?
さとこちゃんをプリチー。
Satoko-chan on a wooden horse. You have no shame.
プリティとプリチーは似てるようで微妙に違いますからね。
If you're going to use a special apparatus in your exploits, make sure to read up on proper usage.
日本のわびさびをミックスした和洋折衷の言葉なので注意してください。
It can be quite dangerous if you don't know your stuff. Can I assume then that you know a fair bit about know a few bit about special apparatuses, as you call them, Shion? Didn't know you had this kind of kinky side. I get it.
いやー、日本語は本当奥が深いよな。
They do always write on labels to only use things for their intended purpose, after all.
そうそう。
That's right.
ケイちゃんはよく理解してます。
Kei-chan, you do understand.
ではそういうことで。
Then with that, it's time for... My hand shot and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave, by the nape of her neck. Oh wait, so you do know Shion in this. Interesting.
おい、待てこら。
Hey, wait right there.
突然現れて何をとんでもないことを言ってやがるんだ。
Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff.
とんでもないことって言ったら、ケイちゃんと監督がしてたサトコラブなトークの方がよっぽどとんでもないと思いましたけど。
Speaking of saying crazy stuff, I thought the Satoko love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too.
養子縁組のあたりから再現してご覧に入れます？
I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Wanna see?
お前、
You've been
そんな時から息を潜めていやがったのか。
You've been hiding ever since then?
お姉にすらかなわないケイちゃんが私に歯向かおうなんて100年早いってことです。
Kei-chan, you can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me. Still making disparaging marks towards Mion, I see. I really would advise against that if a repeat of Chapter 2 is likely to happen this time around. Otherwise, you're not going to have a good time, Shion. This was Shion Sonozaki, the younger of the Sonozaki twins, though she hadn't a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister. She was a villain no better than her older sister Mion. We met the other day in town, and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okinomiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again. But to think we actually would. I find it interesting how this all apparently happened off-screen. And we're now only formally being introduced to her in Chapter 3 in this way. I mean, she is one of the main cast members. Last I checked, Shion. I mean, so you'd think that they'd show them meeting again, like they did for the first time, like they did in Chapter 2. But I guess they didn't think it was important. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just now remembering. I think I also saw towards the beginning of the Chapter 3 here, some events were being referenced here that happened in Chapter 2, so... Yeah. Yeah, now I remember. I came up with the theory that that Chapter 3 here might be basically an alternate direction that takes place in the middle of Chapter 2's events. Something to that effect. Things are just playing out differently. Things play out differently after a certain point, otherwise they have similar starting points. In this case, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back.
Shion-san, よく来てくれましたね。
Shion-san, you came.
来てくれないと思ってがっかりしてたんですよ。
I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it.
まあ他にすることが思いつかなかったってことです。
Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really.
ちょっとからかいに行こうかなくらいですので。
I figured I'd come to and tease you all a little.
監督、どうしてシオンが戦勝祝賀会に呼ばれなくちゃなんないんです？
Coach, why did you need to call Shion to our victory celebration?
こいつがどうチームの勝利に貢献したっていうのか。
How did she contribute to our team's win?
それはですね。
Well, you see,
実は私がHinamizawaファイターズのマネージャーだからなんです。
I'm actually the manager for the Hinamizawa fighters. Really? You are, even though you go to school and live in a completely different live in the opposite town from Hinamizawa. Okay.
マネージャー？
The manager? Wait a minute. I just had a thought. I remember someone who was referenced as the manager being referenced back in Chapter 1 and in Chapter 2. So, when Shion and Reina were talking about the manager, were they referring to you?
嘘だろ？嘘なら、
No.
なんで昨日の試合にいなかったんだよ。
No, that can't be it. That doesn't seem likely. No way. Then why weren't you at the game yesterday?
マネージャーはマネージャーでも幽霊マネージャーですから。
That's because I'm like a ghost manager.
でへ。
Oh, I see. So it's basically a in name only kind of job, huh? She seemed to think I'd forgive her if she stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all.
シオンちゃんが来てくれないと試合に花がないんです。
The match wasn't nearly as pretty without you there.
練習までとは言いませんから、試合にくらいまた昔みたいに応援に来てくれませんかね。
I won't tell you to come to practices, but couldn't you at least come to games to root for us like you used to?
まあ考えておきます。
I'll think about it.
ケイちゃんがHinamizawaファイターズに移籍するんなら考えてもいいかな。
Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa fighters.
私かっこいい男の子がいないと応援する張り合いがないんです。
I can't get into a cheering mood when there's no good-looking guy on the team.
Eh?
Huh? Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? That you're a good-looking guy? Yeah, she did. And now you finally notice the presence of the other green-haired one here, huh, Mion? Shion! You little. Where did you come from? Probably from the underground passages that you all have littered throughout Hinamizawa. Suddenly Mion came running over, lashed onto my shoulders, and pulled me toward her. Ah, it's Mi-chan's little sister. Hello, Shi-chan.
レナさん、こんにちは。
Hello, Reina-san.
まだ1回しか会ってないのに、名前を覚えてもらって光栄です。
I'm honored you remembered my name. We only met once.
あ、こちらこそ。
Oh, not at all.
レナの名前を覚えててくれてありがとう。
Thanks for remembering Reina's name, too.
そんな挨拶はどうでもいいの。
You all put me to shame with how easily you can remember people's names. I'm jelly. Cut the stupid greetings!
ケイちゃんの勧誘なんてダメだからね。
You're not allowed to solicit Kei-chan.
ケイちゃんは我が部のホープなんだから。
He's the hope of our club. Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
野球なんかに引っこ抜かないで。
Don't pull him out and plant him in baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy. Honestly, that's probably an accurate description of you towards her.
ケイチ君はうちの部活の期待の新人なの。
Yep, Keiichi-kun is the star rookie of our club.
だからトレードとかは全然ダメなんだよ。
We could never trade him away. Reina's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me. I felt like this was going to turn into a bloody battle. Well, hey, Keiichi! Maybe we'll get to be involved in an all-out brawl after all. Except we'll have barbecue equipment to use.
それは残念です。
That's too bad.
じゃあ交渉はまたの機会に。
We'll leave the negotiations for another time. You're outgunned, Shion. You can admit it.
ないの。
You don't have the right to negotiate.
監督、なんでシオンまで呼んだわけ？
Coach, why did you call Shion here too?
シオンは丸1年もサボってる幽霊部員じゃない。
She's a ghost member. She's been slacking off for the last year.
シオンちゃんがいると賑やかになって楽しいかなって思ったんですけどね。
I just thought it would be even more fun if Shion-chan was here. Yep,
実に賑やかになりました。
it definitely worked. That was what he planned for all along. Mission accomplished.
ほら、
Hey,
ケイちゃんおいでおいで。
Kei-chan, come over here. You won't kill me if I say no, will you?
みんなでゲームやるよ。
We're all playing a game.
もちろん罰ゲーム付きでね。
With strings attached, of course.
しーちゃんもどう？
Shi-chan, how about you?
ルールは簡単だし楽しいよ。
The rules are simple and it'll be fun.
どうしようかな。
Should I?
私が参加すると勝っちゃいますから。
I'll just win if I join after all.
お姉の部長としての面目を潰しちゃうと悪いですし。
I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image. Mion, now irritated, turned around with a glare. Seriously, I am begging you, don't piss Mion off too much. I am legitimately concerned that you will unleash the demon inside her or something. What is it, my sister?
私も一緒に参加して姉妹対決にした方がいいですか？
Should I join in to make this a battle of the siblings?
多分やめといた方がお姉のためだと思いますけど。
For your sake, I don't think we should. But if you want to.
あかべー。塩なんか混ぜてやらない。
I won't let you play, Shion.
仲間外れ
We're leaving you out.
でだ
Such adorable noises. Keep making them. Whoa. Mion just avoided a direct confrontation. What's wrong, Mion? Can't win without the demon at your side? It seems like the twins were completely incompatible with each other.
混ぜてあげないの
You won't let her play?
みーちゃんとの対決見たかったかな
I was looking forward to seeing you two face off.
私シオン嫌い
I hate Shion.
あいつと戦うのは苦手なの
I'm bad against her. An angry Mion dragged me away. Slide.
頑張ってくださいね。
Do your best.
ここで応援してますから。
I'll be rooting for you.
ケイちゃん、ファイト。おう。
Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay! Shion waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Mion. Alright. Club activities had begun, which meant I needed to clear my mind. What are we gonna get into this time? What was today's battle? Today's punishment game. I'd take anything on.
ほらほらケイチさん
Okay, Keiichi-san.
覚悟なさいませよ
You should prepare yourself.
今日は徹底的に行きますわよ
Where? Going all out today.
おう上等だぜ
Great. Bring it on.
サトコだろうと誰だろうと手加減無用でぶっ潰してやるぜ
Satoko or not, I'll crush you all mercilessly.
そこをレナは漁夫の利で優勝だよ
Reina will profit from your battle and fish herself up a win.
僕はそれに小判ザメで優勝を狙いますです
Then I'll get all the manta rays first and ride them to victory.
はうリカちゃんが小判ザメみたいにペター
Rika-chan is flat like a manta ray. Her loins, they're on fire.
本持ち帰り
I wanna take you home!
よしみんな
Okay, everyone.
今日は大人数だから簡単で分かりやすいゲームにしよう
We have a lot of people today, so let's play something easy and simple.
今日のゲームはね
Today's game is... Oh, what? We're not gonna do the club activity after all? I am super disappointed. Everyone who lost the game dropped out and had to clean up after the barbecue. Well, at least you seem to be having fun. Shion laughed more uproariously than anyone I'd ever heard when she saw my loser face. Okay. Was my getting bombed out of the game really that funny?
いやいや、あの時のケイちゃんの顔。
Man, oh man! Keiichi's face!
お前らそれでも人間かよ。
He was like...
みたいな。
How can you still call yourselves human? Yeah, that is funny. And it's totally not making me think of demons or anything. That little remark of his.
ちくしょう長期の買い占めまでは作戦通りだったのに
Damn it! I had it all worked out when I bought up the scissors.
あそこでサトコとリカちゃんの裏切りさえなければ
If only Satoko and Rika-chan had betrayed me! It was going great for a while we had maintained a united front. But Satoko had been quicker to betray me than I her. She was just a tiny bit better than me. Ugh.
だから北条を信じちゃいけないって警告したんですよ
I warned you about trusting Hojo. Totoma-kun and Okamura-kun were unanimously wearing I told you so faces. Incidentally, Those two were victims of Satoko's traps pretty early on as well.
さあ
Damn.
富田君たちの分まで頑張るつもりだったのにな。
I was trying to do well enough to make up for you two. And once again, for the showdown, it didn't matter. Maybe this meant I still couldn't match up to the other members yet.
で、部活メンバーの最下位には何か罰ゲームがあるってことになってるんじゃなかったでしたっけ？
You were going to have the lowest ranked member of the club play a punishment game, weren't you? Shion remarked, as though forcing me to recall something I tried to forget, even for a moment.
そうだったかな。
Is that right?
そういえば前原さん、委員長と罰ゲームを決めるときかなり熱くなってましたけど、一体何を罰ゲームにしたんですか？
Come to think of it, Maibara-san, when you came up with the punishment game with the president, you looked really heated up. What on earth did you decide on?
さっきお姉にエンジェルモートの制服を調達してくれって頼まれたんですけど。
Earlier, Mion told me to get an Angel Mort uniform ready. I see. More cross-dressing.
それと何か関係あります？
Does that have anything to do with it?
できる限り大きめのサイズでって言われたんですけど。
She told me to get the biggest size I could find. Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun were giving me these complex, indescribable looks mixing empathy, pity, and this desire to see something scary. All at once. Poor Keiichi, he's broken inside. All I could do was laugh. Strangely enough, the more I laughed, the more I felt it was actually funny. Yeah! I lost!
あれあれ
Oh my.
前原さん、どうしちゃったんですか？
Maibara-san, what's the matter?
笑ったり泣いたり吠えたり。
You're smiling, crying, and howling.
いいんです。あれは嫌がってるふりのジェスチャーなんです。
It's okay. He's just pretending not to like it. Spot on, Shion.
罰ゲームを口実に得られる貴重な経験に興奮を隠せないだけなんです。
He can't hide his excitement at the opportunity to gain valuable experience using the punishment game as an excuse. Right. Once again, I think you're right on the money, Shion. See? He's groaning in agreement with you. What do you mean, valuable experience? I held my head in my hands in agony. My state of mind could be summed up with a three-letter word. Ass. It was sob. Coach gently put his hands on my shoulders. Was he comforting me? I highly doubt it.
前原さん、
Maibara-san.
苦境を受け入れなければならない
In
時はで
times
す
where you
ね、
must accept hardship,
厳しい指導を受けているメイドであると想像するんです。
just imagine that you're a maid on the receiving end of some strict disciplining. You have a very bizarre coping mechanism, Coach.
ほら、絶望的なシチュエーションがなんだか楽しそうになってきませんか？
See? Doesn't the hopeless situation seem kind of fun now?
いいじゃないですか。
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Red in the face and indulging in his imagination, still holding my shoulders, Coach said, "Oh, master," and started twirling around like a ballerina. I had to wonder what kind of word associations he had going on in his head. At the very least, it was much different than what was in mine. I'm not so sure, man. The first thing that comes into mind when I think of disciplining certainly isn't maids.
富田君、
Tomota-kun,
岡村君、
Okamura-kun,
君たちの監督は実に面白いな。
your coach is pretty funny.
こんなのでよく監督が務まるな。
I'm surprised he can even be a coach. Tomota-kun and Okamura-kun exchanged glances and answered with dry smiles. Then they added that he was a really nice person most of the time, which is something you'd normally say about a person like that. The coach's questionable revolution slowed to a stop, and then his expression returned to a clear, calm one, almost making what just happened seem like an illusion. He could switch gears way too fast.
ではお片付けを続けましょう。
Then let us start cleaning up.
前原さんは力持ちみたいですからね。
Mibara-san, you seem quite strong.
プレートを水場に持って行って洗っていただけますか？
Could you bring the plates over to the wash basins and clean them?
へい、了解です。
Right, on it. I hoisted the dirty barbecue plates, each with slimy oil clinging to it, and looked for the wash basins. Ugh, these are heavy. Where are the wash basins? Over there? Figuring I should make it there before my arms gave out, I headed towards it at a trot. A lot of the adults who had been helping out were using the wash basins, so I gave up and looked for a different set. I asked them, and they told me there were more right by the assembly hall too, so I decided to head that way. Rather than multiple basins, there was just one faucet there. I initially thought it would be too small to wash plates as big as these, but it would probably still be faster than waiting for a faucet to open up back there. I turned the faucet and water much nicer looking than it gushed forth. I put a plate under the faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. It didn't go very well.
Hey.
Here you go. You were waiting for me to get alone, weren't you? Like a tiger stalking its prey.
スポンジとクレンザー。
A sponge and dish soap, but rather than using claws and fangs, you got sponges and dish soap instead. You're a very bizarre creature, Shion.
そんなの水だけで洗ったって無理です。
You can't wash them with just water. It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge and a container filled with cleaner to me.
お、サンキュー。
Oh, thanks.
そんなの洗い場に置いて大人たちに任せちゃえばいいのに。
You should have just put them by the basins and left it to the grown-ups.
つくづくケイちゃんっていい人です。
You're always doing the right thing. I got the feeling that wasn't quite a compliment. I answered her with a forced smile.
シオンがHinamizawaファイターズのマネージャーだったなんて驚いたぜ。
I was surprised to learn you're the manager for the Hinamizawa fighters.
そういうのはめんどくさがってやらないやつだと思ってた。
I thought you didn't do stuff like that because it's too much of a bother.
ええ。
Yes,
めんどくさいですよ。
it is quite a bother.
ですから今は完全に幽霊ですけどね。
That's why I stopped showing up entirely.
監督、帰ってきてほしいって言ってたじゃないか。
Didn't Coach say he wanted you to come back?
たまには帰ってきてやれよ。
You should pay a visit once in a while.
まあ気が向いたら。
If I feel like it, I guess. Shion made it sound like the end of the world could happen before she felt like it. Whoops. I couldn't keep washing the dishes while preoccupied with conversation, so I decided to take my task seriously. Shion neither offered to help nor get in my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet.
そうそう、聞きましたよ。
All right, I heard something.
昨日の試合、ケイちゃんが大活躍したそうじゃないですか。
You were the star player in yesterday's game, weren't you?
褒めるなら、俺よりもホームランを決めたサトコの方だろう。
Satoko hit the home run, so I think she was the real star player.
あいつ、運動神経良かったんだな。
I didn't know she had those kind of reflexes.
俺驚いたよ。
It surprised me.
サトシ君とは大違いです。
She's totally different from Satoshi-kun.
きっと運動神経は妹に全部取られちゃったに違いないですね。
There's not much doubt that all the athletic ability in the family went to her. Shion smiled as she spoke, her eyes looking at something far away, betraying her reminiscence.
サトシ君？
Satoshi-kun.
ほ 北条聡子の兄です。
Satoko Hojo's older brother. I think he knows who you're referring to. I think what he's asking about is the suffix at the end, the kun.
北条聡くん。
You know, Satoshi Hojo-kun?
あ、そっか。
Oh, right.
ケイちゃんって今年引っ越してきたんでしたっけ？
You just moved here this year, didn't you, Kei-chan?
なら、会ったことはありませんね。
You wouldn't have ever met him. I was a little surprised that Shion knew about Satoshi.
会ったことはないけど少しは知ってるよ。
Never met him, but I know a little.
確か両親が亡くなった後転校したんだよな。
After their parents passed away, he transferred to a different school, right? I avoid saying that he ran away from home and used the slightly more vague words that everyone else said.
転校？
Transferred.
誰がそんなこと言ったんですか？
Who said anything like that? I hadn't yet realized that Shion's tone had changed slightly.
いや、誰って。
Are you okay, Shion? You look unhappy. Well, I mean...
誰だっけかな。
Who was it then?
うん、誰かに聞いたんだよ。
Yeah, I heard from someone
転校したって。
that he transferred.
その誰かって誰ですか？
Who?
誰かに聞いたから言ってるんですよね、転校って。
You said that because you asked someone, right?
誰に聞いたかなんてよく覚えてないよ。
Who did I ask? I don't really remember.
転校だって言うならそれでいいだろ。
Even so, he transferred, so that's it, right?
別に問題があるわけじゃないし。
Not like there's a problem with it.
ありますよ。
There is one.
転校届が出されたわけですか？
Does that mean there's a record of his transfer
学校とかに。
to another school?
それを誰かが見た？
And that someone saw it?
それとも聞いた？
Or heard about it? Around that time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up on this Shion was, but also how startlingly dangerous her eyes had begun to look.
シオン、
Shion?
なんだよお前。目がマジだぞ。
What's up? You look really serious. With that, Shion seemed to realize the expression she was making. She took a deep breath, pretended to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before.
すみません。
Apparently her facial expression has the power to change the color of the sky. Fascinating. I'm sorry,
でもケイちゃん、
but Kei-chan,
よく知りもしないでサトシ君のこと、転校とか言わないでください。
you don't know much about Satoshi-kun, so please don't say that he transferred or anything like that.
本当に。
I'm serious.
お願いしますね。
Please. I'll make a mental note of that. Apparently, this subject is a bit of a sore spot for you. I'm kind of curious to learn why. I realize I must have said something I shouldn't have. Because back in Chapter 2, I think that first really terrifying tirade that Mion went into when everybody was looking for the missing Satoko and Rika. That was the first time I'd seen either Mion or Shion talk about Satoshi in a manner similar to this, or nowhere near as intense. So, Satoshi's transfer is a sore spot for both you and Mion? I realize I must have said something I shouldn't have, but I wasn't immediately sure of what I should apologize for. So I just said one safe word for now. Sorry.
なんとなく転校と聞かされて、そうだと信じてたんだよ。
I just sort of heard he transferred and believed it.
じゃあ、実際は違うのか？
Was it actually something else? It was, of course. Preceded by his parents, he left his sister and run away. but I wanted to try and avoid using the words run away. So I pretended not to know. Upon seeing my flustered reply, Shion realized she was intimidating me and lowered her voice.
すみません。
I'm sorry.
別にケイちゃんを責めてるわけじゃないんです。
I'm not blaming you for anything, Kei-chan.
ちょっと言葉がきつすぎましたね。
I was being a little harsh. Bit of an understatement.
謝ります。
I apologize.
別に気にしてないよ。
I didn't really mind. That was a fib. I was actually a little scared even. Was there something wrong with saying he ran away? Was there some sort of misunderstanding in saying that he transferred? But before I could ask her, she turned on her heel to leave.
おい、シオン。
Hey, Shion.
じゃあ、頑張ってください。
Right. Good luck with those.
ケイちゃんのプレートで最後みたいですよ。
Looks like your plate is last.
洗い物。
That's the last one you need to wash. Her final remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about. So immersed in conversation were we that it got pretty late. I turned the faucet again to get the water flowing faster. Psh. I violently scrubbed the plate. When I turned back around, Shion was no longer there. By the time I finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air had cooled off before I realized it, and as the heat that had stuck with us all day dispersed, a nice breeze started to flow.
"では皆さん、集合です!"
Interesting reaction, to be sure. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to think. What could her reaction in particular mean towards Satoshi's running away, or what it probably actually is demoning away. Why is it such a sore spot for both her and Mion in particular? The only thing I can think of is that maybe those two in particular were close to him or something, in their own way. And yet, I never saw any kind of reaction like this from Satoko when the whole idea, I don't know. I find it curious. You'd think that if referring to Satoshi's disappearance as a transfer was such a big deal, you'd think that Toko, of all people, would have a harsh reaction too. Because I mean, she's his younger sister. Excuse me, I'm getting my words mixed up. But yeah, she's Satoshi's younger sibling and all. I mean, I have no doubt that she's holding a lot of her true feelings about the whole subject in, but I never even saw so much of a hint of anger or disdain or resentment like what I just saw with Shion here. So it's just really making me wonder, just what was Satoshi to Shion, or Mion for that matter. Anyway, I think I'm just going to go ahead and stop the episode here. I have a feeling that things are going to go on for quite a little longer yet before this current chapter I'm on of Chapter 3 is going to finish. And then we'll have tips to look forward to as well. So we can see how the day is going to end in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 3. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all next time. Take care.